You have to like Mike Scott obviously was aggressive. You tried to be aggressive throughout the entire fight, and you kind of kept your distance and trade when you needed to, and you sort of did. And she tried to sort of fight back towards the end. How do you sort of assess Mercado, and were you surprised at anything that she did?
I didn't feel that she was aggressive. She wasn't fighting like Mexican. I think she was bouncing a little bit. I wanted a fight. I wanted to be a Mexican fight. I want her to come forward, and I guess she figured she didn't want to engage with me. She felt my power, and yeah, she just I was breaking her down round by round, and the last round you saw I caught her with the hook, and but you know she was a tough fighter. Mexicans are all tough, but you know she didn't want to engage.
What with your coaches at the end?
My coach he's very vocal, and he because during training camp interviews she was saying that she's gonna if I'm the Pacquiao of boxing, she's gonna be the Marquez, and that's kind of disrespectful. So he wanted the Mexican fighter to come and fight like a Mexican, and they didn't do that, and so he was just a little upset.
Thank you. Keith, right here.
Amanda, the 135-pound elephant in the room, of course, is Katie Taylor. I was wondering, do you think that fight can be revisited? What are your thoughts on making that fight happen?
I mean, we definitely want that fight. I definitely want to fight Katie Taylor. She's arguably the number one, two. We both between Clarissa Shields, me, and Katie, top three. I definitely want the fight, and we're hoping if I become undisputed champion, then that fight can come along. I want to be undisputed champion versus undisputed champion. But I don't know what's happening now, so we just gotta go back and just figure it out.
If you can't make the unification fights that you want at 126, would you be open? She's obviously fighting Saturday, so would you be open to fighting her next?
I mean, I'm open to fight anybody, but it's up to my team what they feel is right. Definitely want to fight her, but I just have to find out what they want to do.
You expect her to beat Jennifer?
Of course. Yes. I mean, all she has to do is continue to win, and I continue to win, and then that fight is gonna happen.
What'd you think of the Cleveland crowd tonight?
Oh my God, it was awesome. I was so surprised how much fans I have here. It was amazing. The last time I felt this when I fought in 2019 in Madison Square Garden, and it was a crazy crowd. And with this whole pandemic going along, we haven't felt that crowd, and it was just amazing coming out to the music, and I was just taking it all in. It was an amazing night.
What do you do after winning tonight? Are you gonna rest a little bit, or you can go and celebrate?
Well, I'm gonna get something to eat, that's for sure. But I leave tomorrow early. My flight's at 10 o'clock. I'm back home, and then I guess we celebrate home. I just go out to eat.
In the back, Marcos.
Amanda, do you think there's any roadblocks to making that Katie Taylor fight, or what do you think needs to be done in order to secure that fight, that it does happen?
Well, the right cadence. I've done everything I have to do. I'm fighting good fights, top 10 girls. I'm beating them. I'm doing what I have to do to continue to keep my name out there, and it's just up to the promoters. I mean, let's see if and the money. I want to get paid what I deserve.
This will be my last question, and this might sound like a silly question, but the Jordans, the sneakers, you instead of fighting in regular boxing shoes, just talk to me about that. I haven't seen that.
Well, I usually train in sneakers in the gym, but Michael Jordan is one of the greatest, so I want to be just like him, one of the greatest in female boxing. And if anyone knows how to get blood off of J's, please let me know, because I got blood on them and I'm pretty upset.
Hey, Amanda, you've obviously mastered boxing, and you went to MMA. Tyron went in started in MMA and transitioned to boxing. I just wanted to get your kind of, reaction towards the fight and everything like that.
Yeah, it's MMA and boxing is two different sports, and either going from one to another, it's crazy. You have to just give it everything to one sport. And I know when I'm going to MMA, I can't even think about boxing. It's just MMA. And Woodley, he's a fighter, and he was a champion, and he came out tonight, and he didn't get the win. Hopefully he gets the rematch that he said he wants, but I don't know. Jake Paul, he showed that he's a fighter tonight.
What do you think of Woodley's boxing?
I mean, Woodley, it wasn't like the greatest, but it was tough. It was his first time. It was his pro debut. So you have to, and just like Jake, he's learning on the job. He's never had any amateur experience, and Woodley, he was a fighter, so he was able to see it a little more than Jake. But they're gonna just continue to learn, and Jake is young, and he's gonna continue to train hard, and one day he's gonna surprise all of us.
Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you
Appreciate
so
it.
much.
Thank you.
You guys back in there.
Should have Ty.
Less than 5 minutes, less than 5, okay. Thank you. Got it.
So what'd you think of the fight?
Huh?
What'd you think of the fight?
I think the fact that we're here talking about Jake Paul lasting 8 rounds against Tyron Woodley says enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you put me in a ring with Tyron, I'm getting knocked out round 1. So, like, Jake lasted 8 rounds and we're talking about who won, that says enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think Tyron deserved a rematch?
100%.
Yeah.
I think they need to have a rematch. I don't think he goes to Tommy right back. He doesn't. You don't go to Tommy right after that performance. I think this was a good stepping stone for Jake to see what the real world is about, and Tyron brought it. I don't think he goes to Tommy Fury right after that. I don't think he does.
Yeah. Who do you think's wins between him and Tommy? Jake and Tommy, I should say.
Right now, I mean, you know, it would be foolish to give that decision. I mean, we expected, like I talked to my brother earlier today, we watched boxing our whole lives, and we thought Tommy was ending this shit with a KO. He didn't. So we can talk about his performance. So talk about Jake's performance, going 8 rounds against Tyron Woodley. I ain't talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's fair.
We're gonna have to see. We give him time. Jake Paul's brand new, but people expecting him to be like Floyd, like in his prime. That's not happening.
Yeah.
Give him time. Let him go up the trenches. Let's see what he got.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, thank you. At least I can.
How many Fuzis are there? Because you were just somewhere else like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, there's only one. I'm everywhere, baby.
You doing okay?
Huh?
You doing okay?
We're good. I expected a knockout from Jake in rounds 3 and 4. I'm surprised it didn't happen. And that's why I'm saying, like, I'm not gonna BS for my video. I'm gonna say we need a rematch. We need to see what's gonna happen in future rounds. They need to see each other again. I think Jake should have been way more the aggressor than he was. I think he was on the defensive all 8 rounds. I wanted to see him step up more. It didn't happen, but we'll see what happens in the next match.
If you're Woodley, where do you get the tattoo?
Huh?
If you're Woodley, where do you get the tattoo?
On the thigh. Nobody sees it. Unless you're with that person, but nobody sees it. Get the tattoo if you want the rematch. Get the tattoo, do it again, and then make Jake get it on your chest if you beat him on the second go. That's what happened.
You have a little two in your house.
Was any words for aspiring YouTubers?
Be consistent, be unique, be the next Jake Paul. Because as much as you want to say about him, we're all talking about him right now. So, yeah.
Good.
We need another state.
Yeah, West Virginia. I was in West Virginia. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was watching. Oh, I can do
you think you just keep watching it?
Just get started.
Hasn't Logan actually sparred yet? That's it. I tried asking DJ. What do you think? You can say I mean, you spar though. I mean, just spar. It's Jake. You can say.
You can say whatever you want. I got no answer.
That's why you charge.
My guys.
You know, you got the right answer.
Absolutely. We'll show you something new.
It was lit. Hey, Cleveland's winning this like, dude.
Cleveland's fucking dope.
Yeah. Aside from the finish of shit by my school, yeah, that was really good. Yeah, I was by school, but I was shit. I'm watching this trash.
Shit's bracking, bro. Shit's cracking.
Your upload?
I haven't uploaded shit. So I'm actually only basing that on my live, but. Crack.
Bars on cellular?
Is it both sides?
First one said it was 2-on-2. Short pitch,
Tyron's coming in.
Let's go ahead, splash you. Tyron, how do you feel confident in a rematch happening after that fight?
Of course, man. I feel like I won that fight. I feel like I landed a power shot. I feel like even when he landed the shot, I fucking brushed it off and I came back and I cracked it. I was in his face. I was in his shit. And his back was against the rope the entire time. I was walking him down. Could have been a little bit more assertive. I was patient. I was seeing my shots, but I didn't want to be antsy. He got over him right. He may have landed a couple times, but I know he threw a lot, missed a lot, blocked a lot. And, I feel great in my conditioning. I mean, I fucking felt amazing, like the cardio-wise, my body felt good. Even when he landed, a hard shot, I know you're in great shape and you're in condition for it. You're able to absorb more. He hit me in the body a couple times. I'm like, no, dog, it's not like that. So I felt like I had him. One time I almost knocked him through the rope. I really want to fuck with that rope. It was like we came in this morning to do a test run. It's like, if you're not 7'7", shit, you can get held up by it. So I hit him, and we kind of bent into the rope, so I was going to try to knock him through there.
Do you feel the power? I guess their camp is saying?
No. Look at my face. It look like I felt somebody's power.
No, you still look good,
I got hit with a shot with this boxing. I was supposed to not get hit. I have one cut on my face. I look just as pretty as I did going in, coming out. I never touched the canvas. He was the only one that was supposed to touch the canvas. Like I said before, I believe the rope actually had him up.
Keith, right here. Did you have any confidence at all when Jimmy Leonard was reading the scorecards?
I thought I won. To be honest, I was surprised it was a split decision. I thought it was close. I thought he had what's around. I thought earlier the rounds was close, and if I can go back, I can kind of kick myself because I could have made it a little bit more convincing. But I was just trying to fill him out, and I was trying to take my time. And I knew he was going to throw a lot of jabs. I was just going to see how he was going to react to feints and pressure. And I wasn't surprised that it said a split. I know it's kind of close, but I thought it was going to be me. So I was kind of more, my demeanor and my emotion was because I wanted to knock him out. And I had a couple big shots I landed, a couple opportunities, and I think I had him hurt, I had him tired a couple times, and I didn't press him a little bit. I should have pressed him a little bit more, but I was just, the last fight I had a guy on the ropes and I fucking with ape shit on him. I was going crazy, I got snapped in the punch, so I was just trying to be a little bit more smart.
USA Today in the back.
Tyron, do you feel like just mostly 1-2 because you had the biggest moment in the fight when you pushed her back against the ropes there? And
I had the biggest moment in the fight for sure, but I told you guys a long time ago, I said don't get this shit fucked up. Everybody's like, oh, this YouTuber. No, I told you it's gonna look like a fight. I said it from the very beginning. I never played it like it wasn't a fight. You can see the way I was training, the way I was built, my conditioning. I knew it was gonna be a fight, but I was gonna be patient. I was expecting myself to get the knockout. So I definitely had the biggest moment. I feel like that's when the momentum shifted in that round. And I feel like, I had the bigger punches, and I feel like I had more pressure.
Quick follow.
You've been asking some bullshit and shit. I've been already I go for like,
one more back. Even if the rematch doesn't materialize next,
no, it's there.
You still want to pursue boxing though, regardless.
For sure, I'm doing a rematch, so I gotta get that win. It was too close, and this is a movie. Ain't nobody gonna push me like me and him did. We fucking sold the shit out this pay-per-view. I think everybody was excited about it. There's some humorous moments, and I couldn't even really watch a lot of it because I was trying to stay focused. But Jake, man, he good at what he do. If I would have allowed him to get into my mind, to get into my head, it could have been in similar circumstances as his previous opponent. So he was tough. He was fatigued in the fight, and he found a way to push through it, and he came through strong. So I can't ever knock him for that, but we got to run that back.
Tell me about the conversation, congratulations on the performance,
Yeah.
you had with Jake after where he said if you get the tattoo, you get the rematch.
Yeah, I mean, I said, shit, fuck it, let's do it. I mean, you only live once, man. This is a movie. And this whole time I felt like this was a real ass movie. And I'm like, dude, the promo, the fucking, all the PR behind it, all the stuff, the training, the antics, everything that went with it. I've never been a part of nothing like this again. And to even do another fight that's not on this magnitude is kind of feel weird, you know what I mean? So I want to fucking do it again. I think the next time it's going to be bigger. People see it's a real fight now. It's not like some YouTube kid fucking fighting some old ass UFC fighter that's washed up. You know, he fought a fucking man that came in there and meant business.
Did you get the tattoo already?
Nah, I had to take a shower. My damn shoulders are sore. Knocking his head on.
Tyron, how did the situation on Thursday affect you?
It did. You know, that was a separate situation. I just don't fuck around when it comes down to my mom. And I appreciate you. I saw you in the mix a little bit. You know, right is right. And that's why I just told Jillian I love. I said, you know, I don't really care. You can do whatever you want to. You can say whatever you want to. You could have took my hat because you can see I got a full headline, my hair fresh. You can do whatever you want. But when you started going back and forth with my mom, you'll get straight.
What surprised you most about him tonight?
Nothing surprised me, to be honest. I kept telling you, I said, this is going to look like a fight. I just thought I was going to be able to knock him out. I could have had, if I would have pressured him a little bit more, I think that I would have brought that moment up. But I know he's athletic. I know he has a screw loose to the top floor. And in combat sports, he'll be the fucking toughest dude sometimes. I knew 1 or 2 shots wasn't going to hurt him to the point where he was just going to quit. I did hit him in the body a couple of times that he didn't like. You know, I wish I would have kept putting money in the bank there. But at the end of the day, I knew he was tough. I knew he was training hard. Like, this is like, if he beat me, he can give his all. Like, imagine if you got a chance to go one-on-one with Michael Jordan. You don't give a fuck. You're going to go crazy. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm Michael Jordan because I know y'all going to spin that, take that one little line and make a whole headline out of it. But what I'm saying is that he was facing somebody who had championship belts in the toughest division in the world at the time. And he put everything into it. You know, he ain't got no kids. He ain't got no day job. You know, that's all he had to do. So I expected him to come prepared. I expected him to come ready. Next time, I'm going to be even more prepared. He's going to be even more prepared. The fight's going to be even better.
Tyron, you said nothing surprised you. Did anything impress you about Jake tonight?
No, because I was already expecting. You know, I was already expecting him. He threw a couple combinations, but you know, you gotta expect somebody that only had 4 fights to evolve. I didn't even look at. He don't have that many fights, to be honest, and I didn't even waste time looking back at his fights, looking at his fucking sparring, because he's smart. He's putting out all the flash shooting money guns and fucking hitting the folks. He's not putting real shit on the internet because he's in its infant stages of boxing. And for somebody that's, you know, got good size, good punch, good IQ, good chin, and just fucking, like I said, you know, he just don't give a fuck sometimes. I think, you know, you gotta be prepared for that. For me, I feel like nothing really impressed me. And that's not to say that he wasn't impressive. I just expected a lot.
You had the tattoo thing obviously came up afterwards. Is there any part of you though that feels like Jake rewatches the fight, maybe rewatches that right hand, maybe he doesn't want to do the rematch?
No, he already said it now. He making all these dumbass bets now. I keep forgetting I'm fighting a child, man. Like, I got a kid that's 18 that's about to go play D1 football. And I'm sitting here dealing with somebody that's not too much older than him, and he making all these bets, and I'm just trying to be professional, trying not to laugh. So yeah, I think his pride's important to him, and I think part of him taking this fight was that. So him fighting me again, or committing to fighting me and not going through with it, I don't think he's gonna do that.
Right here. So I'm actually not gonna talk shit. I'm a YouTuber myself, and I thought they were giving it to you or a draw to get a part 2 to happen.
That's what I thought.
Do you regret not letting your hands go? And if there was a part 2, would you not be afraid to let your hands go?
No, there is gonna be a part 2, and you know, I do regret it. There were certain moments when I clipped him one time, and when I saw him huffing and puffing, and his hands were going. I'm not gonna say the shots because I think those shots are gonna come back the next time around. But I saw a couple shots that I know I could have landed, and I think I was just like, man, just don't stare, don't rush it, because body language says a lot. Anytime you open up and show a big shot, like when he landed his right hand, it's because he didn't show it. When he showed it, he missed it, and I blocked it, or anything like that. So I was just trying to get my body language not to show that I saw the opening.
Okay. Yeah, one more question, Mark.
Tyron, you get the tattoo tonight?
Shit, I don't know. I need to see some paperwork on this rematch shit, because I think that's the game plan.
Where are you gonna go to?
Are you gonna make sure that you get something in paper before you get the tattoo so that they
I
have to do
mean,
the rematch?
to be honest, Nikisa gave me his word. He hasn't did me wrong since. So I kind of got to roll with him on that. He's honored everything he said to me since the beginning with this whole promotion thing. So
Where are you gonna get it?
shit, I ain't finna get no word. Or I gotta fucking look at that bitch. I don't know, probably my thigh or some shit.
Perfect world, when does it happen?
I thought I was gonna get on my face.
What's the one thing that Jake said that made you really want to laugh, but you just didn't want to lose character?
You already know. I already know. And he was begging me too. He was trying to get me canceled with him.
Yeah.
He was trying to give me the baby, but I didn't take the baby. I just fucking kept saying to myself, I'm glad I wear sunglasses. Normally when you gotta see me fight week, I wear sunglasses because I'm sucked down and I fucking drained in my eyes. The light makes my eyes really hard to see and I'm annoyed. You ask me the same dumbass questions that everybody, you just heard fucking Johnson asking me, why you asking me how I feel? I feel like shit. I'm cutting 35 pounds. What do you think I feel like? So this time it was just because I wanted to just block it out. You know, I knew he was gonna have these scripts and monologues and this whole fucking spiel. But then he started saying, I ain't gonna get into it. But that shit was funny.
What do you think of the Showtime promotion versus UFC?
Man, they killed that shit. I can't say it's comparative. Like only thing I can say is this was a complete movie. I enjoyed it. It was a lot. It was a lot of people, a lot of cameras. But one thing they were always mindful of is we're still fighting. We still got to train. They were mindful of rest. They was mindful of scheduling. And that was something that I will go ahead and say that, sometimes the UFC got so many fights. They got 4 or 5 fights a month. They don't give a fuck. They put their camera on you. They don't care if you cutting weight, if you fucking like ashy or, dying in the sauna. They want their camera time. And I do got to shout out, all the 24/7, all the Showtime crew. It was like 4 or 5 different crews that was pressing. And I remember Showtime when I was a young whippersnapper coming up, but I feel like they've evolved to a whole nother level. Got to shout out Alicia. She's a GOAT. She was cold. And she just, the way they communicated, Chris, he's somewhere around here.
Yeah.
Everybody, yeah, because I'm not the easiest person to deal with. Sometimes I get cranky, sometimes I get annoying, but they were very professional. And I'm blessed to have fought for Showtime again. I miss it a lot, and I felt like I was treated with respect, and I look forward to doing it again.
What did Pedro, TT, and Eric tell you after the fight?
They told me they thought I won. They said it was a close fight, but I think he won. He landed the power shots. Motherfucker act like you won, because you won. Don't be sitting around. I was kind of sad because I wanted to knock him out because he was talking all that shit. I'm like, I know I could have knocked him out, and I knew if I rushed, look what happened to Nate Robinson when he rushed. Look what happened when Ben didn't have his hands up, and I didn't even see the other fights. But he cried on people like rushing in and letting their emotions get to him, and I think I need to find a happy medium. So I was more bummed about that, but I still thought I won the fight. So they, of course, my coaches are world class. They all 3 of them in their own right. And they all 3, say, hey, we're gonna go back and look at the film. We're gonna figure out what we need to do. We're gonna keep growing. You were in shape. We know what we could have did better. I felt like you won the fight, and they're not gonna tell me they thought I lost the fight if I lost. They're gonna tell me that they thought I won the fight. If they didn't think I won the fight. So I feel good about it. I feel good about my performance. I feel good that you motherfucker that thought I was old and thought I was washed up and thought I wasn't gonna back up and just defend. The motherfuckers know now.
All right, guys, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ty.
What position is your son playing? What position is your son
My
playing?
back, great.
What's up, man? Frank?
Take care,
What
take care.
did you want from that fight?
Just like to announce for the record, we're gonna replay the main event along with the Baranchik Love fight next Saturday on Showtime. Starts at 10 p.m. September 4th. Baranchik and Love, followed by the main event to the most exciting fights of the night. I think you guys got the attendance number, 16,000, a sellout of the building tonight. 16,000.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Jake will be in a minute. Yeah, he's on his way. Yeah, I'm home. Appreciate it.
No.
Yeah, you can tire that. You can handle that.
Oh, yeah.
Clearing out some of
Why did you take a troublemaker right from the back?
I kept raising my hand, so he thought like I was gonna troll him. It wasn't that at all.
But he knows you.
Yeah, 100%.
Who's you at UFC?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not enough to talk about it. I don't want to I don't know.
What'd you think of John Smith?
Guys, raise your hand. I'm gonna try to get to as many of you as possible. You don't want to ask? Hey. Okay, guys. We're in the middle here. Go ahead.
Hi, Jake. Congratulations.
Good.
Listen, congratulations on the
Why
win.
is everyone so tired? Just wanna, what's good? We get some energy.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Where's the after
This is
party?
history right
Where's the
now.
after party then?
Barley House.
Now, Jake, obviously, congratulations on the win there. You went the full 8 rounds with Tyron Woodley. Just tell me, assess your performance for me in there.
You know, I'm always very hard on myself. I think a true champion is very hard on themselves. You know, I got the W, and I'm happy, but you know, I'm a perfectionist. I'm a knockout artist, and because I didn't get the knockout, I'm just like, damn. But it is what it is. He's one of the greatest welterweights of all time, 5-time UFC champion, and he came game. You know, he knew that this was gonna be a war, and he brought that to the table. So I'm very happy. Like I said, he's been fighting 7 times as long as I have. So for me to come in there and have a dominant victory, let's be honest, that wasn't a split decision. What is the judge looking at? You know, I landed 71 punches, he landed 52. So, you know, I learned a lot tonight. First time going past 4 minutes. First time in an 8-round fight. No one's doing 8-round fights at 4 fights in.
Can I just ask as well, obviously we're from the UK, we've got an interest in Tommy Fury being here. Now there was an altercation outside in the hallway. Can you just elaborate what your side was and what your take on that?
Yeah, look, the guy really had nothing to say. You know, he had a mediocre performance against my sparring partner. All credit to Anthony Taylor. He's a tough guy, but you know, Tommy Fury is supposed to be this tough, big bad guy, legendary bloodline. You know, I got into his face and I let him talk. I don't really have anything to say to him. You know, at the end of the day, I hired him to be here. I gave him an opportunity to shine. Yeah, I don't really have anything to say to him. I don't really have any bad blood. I just said, yo, like, tell your girl, get out of my DMs. At the end of the day, will we see that fight? I would run that shit easy. You know, that's an easier fight than Tyron, in my opinion, but who knows?
Wes.
Oh yeah, okay.
Sorry, but like, people are like, oh, he's a real boxer, fight a real boxer. Okay.
I think that's what we want.
Let's run it. Real boxer.
Yeah. I think that's what people are saying now.
4 rounds, right?
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
4 rounds.
But he's still a boxer if
Against someone who is inferior, all due respect to Anthony Taylor, to Tyron Woodley. Jake did tonight what Tommy Fury has not done. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Maybe the numbers will come back from Britain, pay-per-view will be big, and Jake will have interest in it. But until then, it just doesn't make any sense.
If he sold a lot of pay-per-views in the UK and we're impressed with the numbers, sure. But I put him on this platform, so we'll see what happens.
Right here.
If the challenge to ever fight someone in MMA, if it was Tyron or someone, along those lines, is that something you'd ever consider? I know you just got into boxing, but would, MMA, UFC ever be something that you would consider?
Not right now, man.
Shit, I'm just getting warmed up, you know? I'm a boxer at the end of the day. I haven't trained MMA at all. You know, I'm only 4 fights in. Let me prove myself in this sport first.
Jake, so I understand, like, it takes time. Like, if I look at Floyd Mayweather's record, like, I don't remember his first 10 opponents. So I'm asking you, do you think your next opponent should be somebody like Tommy Fury, or would you want to take Woodley on again and have a more convincing victory until you call out somebody like Tommy Fury?
Yeah, look, I mean, no, like you said, no one's doing, as saying this as humbly as possible, no one's doing this big of fights, 4 fights in boxing history ever. No one watched Floyd's 4th fight. Canelo fought a guy who was 0-0 in his 10th fight. I'm taking on world champions, 5-time UFC champion in my 4th fight, selling out arenas in my hometown. You know, if Tyron Woodley gets the tattoo, he better get it fast, because otherwise we're gonna book a different opponent. I told him if he wants to get the tattoo, put it on his Instagram.
Permanent tattoo.
Permanent tattoo. Then maybe we'll talk about it. But to be honest, I won convincingly. We're gonna go back to the drawing board. But I think I proved a lot tonight and proved a lot of people wrong.
Keith, right here.
Jake, he caught you with a good right hand, obviously, in the 4th round. Can you take us through that sequence and how you were able to overcome that?
Yeah, look, this is boxing, you know. I hadn't been hit up until that point in any of my fights with 10-ounce gloves. So that's the first time I took a shot with 10-ounce gloves. I repeat, that is the first time I took a real shot with 10-ounce gloves in 4 fights. I ate it. It was a good shot. This is boxing. If you're a mechanic, you're gonna get dirty. But I proved I have a chin. You know, boom, get hit, come right back. Okay, cool. You got that round with that shot. No problem. I learned from it. I made adjustments, and he didn't land it again for the next 3 rounds. So it is what it is, you know. I like that I got hit. I licked my gloves after that shit. Let's go.
Jake, congratulations, man. Throughout the fight, you obviously just mentioned the 4th round. Did you feel your gas tank was working for you? And I noticed you kind of saw him as well, and you planted some body shots in there. Do you feel you maybe should have done that more?
You know, look, like I said, I'm very hard on myself. I fought a good fight. I won convincingly. I was landing to the body a lot. Coming into it, something in my legs was a little off even before the fight started. So most of my other fights I felt amazing, like a rocket ship about to go off. This fight I was just like a little slow. I think maybe we had too long of a camp. I think I've been doing this back to back to back to back to back. 4 fights, 18 months. Most pros aren't even that active. So, you know, I could have done better always. There's always room for improvement in this sport, no matter who you are. And I want to be a champion, a world champion. So I got to go back, watch the footage, study, get better.
Well, why no stool? Real quick, I noticed you were standing in between rounds. Why no stool?
In sparring, we don't sit down, you know. So in the fight, why sit down? And I wasn't that tired, you know. Like I said, my legs didn't feel as powerful, but I mean, I wasn't tired. I could have went 2, 3 more rounds, 4 more rounds, whatever. It is what it is.
Thanks, man.
2 quick questions. Jake, obviously you wanted the knockout, but is there any part of you that's actually happy you went 8 rounds? You got hit, you had to go through some adversity, had to show your gas tank. Is there any part of you that's actually happy in a weird way that it played out that way?
For sure, dude. For sure. This is better preparation for future fights against tougher opponents. And I've been looking for this experience to get it under my belt. I'm salty because I had a perfect record going. You know, if you count my amateur, that was 4-0 with 4 KOs. Now I'm 5-0 with 4 KOs. So I had a perfect record going, and you know, couldn't live up to that tonight. But he came game. You know, this was a Tyron Woodley that I think was more prepared than any of his last UFC fights. The shots he was taking, I was hitting him. You know, and he was going through that, and I hit hard. But you know, I am happy that I got some experience under my belt, and I've always said that. You know, when am I going to get a fighter to really test me? I passed the test.
Obviously, you're amped up in the ring, the tattoo bet, everything like that, but you're so young in your career, 4-0, to go and start doing rematches. So do you think at some point you will see Tyron Woodley again, or is there a party that feels like you want to put him behind you and move to somebody else now?
Yeah, we'll see. You know, part of me wants to put him behind me. I won convincingly. Like I said, the split decision with the judges, to be honest, like, doesn't make any sense. I landed 71 punches, he landed 52. It's not even close. You know, we'll see. If he gets a tattoo fast, puts it on his Instagram, I might consider it. You know, I will come in and make adjustments with my legs feeling better than they did tonight. And I do think I could do a lot better. I wasn't even landing some of my best punches. Some nights you're on, some nights you're off. This is a peak performance sport. You do everything in camp for one moment. Some days in camp I felt way better than tonight. But some nights when you come in for that peak moment, you're just, not everything's there. And it is what it is. I'm not making any excuses. I still won. I still did good, but I know I can do better.
Omar?
Jake, what was the atmosphere like? Even LeBron tweeted, I'm not sure if you saw that, he wishes he flew into Cleveland to be at the fight.
Really?
Yeah. So, what is your reaction to that? And how does it make you feel?
I'm like getting teary-eyed. That's sick. Man, like I said, I was in those stands 12 years ago screaming, LeBron, 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 trying to get him to notice me. So for him to even tweet about this, that's crazy. Like, I'm being really hard on myself, but man, I've accomplished so much in the past 4 fights. No one's doing this, you know?
No one's ever done what he's doing in 4 fights. That's unequivocal.
Try not to cry. But for him to even tweet that's crazy.
Congrats.
Jake, do you consider yourself now the biggest boxing star in the world?
I don't consider myself anything. I consider myself a judge. Nah, maybe. I think I'm one of the faces of boxing, just because I'm doing it differently. There's room for everyone to eat, though. I don't want to take everything. I don't want to. This is a sport where there's hundreds of amazing fighters, and all I want to do is bring more eyeballs from a different audience. Everyone here saw the crowd tonight. This wasn't your typical boxing audience. This was kids that were rowdy, lit, holding up signs saying, subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is a completely different audience, and that's what I want to bring to boxing. So I'm going to bring that over. They'll become fans of boxing and love all the other fighters. But I'm certainly, one of the top 3 biggest draws for sure.
Before
top
the fight.
3, top 5. I don't know. Like, let's look at the numbers.
Before the fight, you refused to touch gloves, but prior to the 8th round, you actually extended your glove to do that. Why the difference?
He earned my respect. He was game, you know? He was bringing the fight. And at the end of the day, you know, it's 2 men going in there risking their lives. So after all the shit talk is done, you know, I'm cool with showing respect. But this is a crazy business. Like I said, we're risking our lives in there, and so you earn my respect. I'm gonna touch his glove after. I even told him after. I said, go fight. And I said, look, bro, a lot of tension, a lot of build up, a lot of back and forth between our teams, but I respect you, and no hard feelings.
Right there.
Jake, congratulations on the performance. You've been doing nothing but boxing for like 18 months. And tonight in the ring after the fight, you talked about how, you need a proper haircut, you need to chill for a second.
Seriously.
After tonight, are you still 100% focused on boxing, or are you thinking about all the other things you might want to do with your life?
I don't even know, man. I think I'm gonna start with the haircut and the dentist. My teeth are crooked. My nose is crooked from this sport. I've given everything to this sport. I haven't gone on vacation in 3 years. There's a lot for me to do right now. We'll see. You know, I have a beautiful girlfriend who needs some attention. I have a lot of things to figure out. Matisse and I, we're gonna go back to the drawing board and figure it out. This is my bread and butter right now, though. So we'll see. You know, right now I'm a little tired. That was my first 8-round fight. So I might wake up tomorrow morning and be like, let's fucking go, sign the next contract. Or I might wake up and be like, damn, I need to go to Turks and Caicos.
So, Jake, I met you about 3-4 years ago, before you even started boxing. I was during day one in November, about 3 years ago. Did you ever imagine from that moment to where you are now?
Never. You know, I knew I would be doing great things in this sport, and I knew how bad I wanted this. I just didn't think it would happen this fast. I mean, look at how many fucking cameras. Like, who are these guys filming? You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. So I didn't imagine it to get here this fast, but to be honest, I've surrounded myself with an amazing team. I've put in the work, and this is different. This is what the sport needed. And so when you work hard at something, when you surround yourself with amazing people and you have one focus, you know, really anything is possible, and you can accomplish that. And you know, the sky is the limit. If I'm doing this in my 4th fight, what can I do a couple fights from here? It's shocking to really think about it. I have a saying that I wrote down on my on paper and put it up on my mirror, and it says, "Think of what you started. Now imagine how far you can go." When I was 16 years old, falling asleep in class, nothing really going for me, I knew there was something else more for me out there. I just didn't know what it was because I couldn't break out of the bubble of living in Ohio. I didn't know. And to think it's only been, what, 7 years? And I feel like I could retire and be happy, but I also at the same time feel like I'm just getting started.
Well, you do things different. Your trunks, LED, I've never seen that.
Hey, let's go. Thank you.
Dancing robot as well.
First time ever. Future of boxing. You know, you can't just say it. I gotta be about it. And I wanted to bring something different. We jumped that up and made it happen.
Jake, yesterday you didn't get his hat, but can you talk to us a little bit why you wanted his cheeks so bad?
First and foremost, shout out to you for wearing the Boohoo Man collection, the Problem Child Boohoo Man collection. I like that, the sweatshirts. That's some dope shit right there. BoohooMan.com. Man, I don't know. Everyone tries to be such a macho man in this sport, and I like to just have fun, make jokes, troll, grab cheeks.
Right here on the front. Jake, in the next fight, are you looking more of a challenge or the money?
I mean, all my fights thus far, I've looked for the challenge. You know, I'm finding out what I'm capable of in these fights. You know, this is how we got here today. I'm always looking for the challenge because me as a businessman, I need a hard opponent who people are gonna wanna tune in to see. I'm not trying to do small pay-per-views, I'm trying to make history. And all I've done since my first pro fight is increase the level of competition. First pro fight, I'm going up against a guy, the beast from the Middle East. Boom, 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 he's supposed to beat me. Oh shit, 1 round. Okay, let me fight a real athlete who's supposed to be a dog who can jump 36 inches in the air. Nate Robinson. Okay, I won. Damn, okay, I'm good. Okay, let me fight a champion, a wrestler. You know, maybe he's not the best striker, but he's a real fighter. He can take a shot from Robbie Lawler. Okay, I beat that guy. Boom, now we're at Tyron Woodley, 5-time UFC champion. Wow, I beat him? Okay, damn.
Jake,
Hey, Jake,
you sold out today. Obviously, you're planning on fighting again. What city do you plan on possibly taking?
Honestly, I was thinking about this, like,
Orlando?
I'm probably gonna bring the fight back here.
Yeah.
Bro, this was
Yes,
so.
sir.
This was a dream come true, and you saw the audience and the gate we did today was crazy. You know, we got some stats, but the live gate was bigger than Conor McGregor's headlining event of the UFC in his hometown, Dublin, Ireland. So I sold more tickets than Conor McGregor did with the whole backing of the UFC in my 4th fight ever. We did more revenue. So might as well just bring it back here, and the crowd was lit. Everything was dope about this fight week.
Hey, Jake,
Crowd was
Jake.
there from 7 p.m., which is very rare for boxing, right?
Yeah, I was noticing that too. Like the stadium was full since the first pay-per-view fight. That's unheard of. These kids were excited, and I have people thanking me. You know, the head of the commission here, like giving me a hug afterwards, like almost teary-eyed. Like, thank you for bringing this fight to Ohio. You're awesome. That's sick. I love when people show respect. I've done fights everywhere else, and they're just like, Next.
Hey Jake,
Can I
Jake.
ask you a quick question? Sorry. Conor McGregor actually just tweeted salivating, referring, I'm assuming because the timing of it was just after you won. Is that sort of something you would still really want to aim towards?
For sure. You know, we're on the path to a lot bigger fights. I'm salivating too because I'm just getting warmed up. You know, Conor McGregor has a lot more to focus on besides me right now. I'm 5 wins in a row. He's 1-3 in the past 4 years. So a guy needs to get off of his little vodka or whatever the fuck his brand is and sober up and start to get back in the fucking gym, and then we can fucking fight. But to be honest, no way he hits harder than Woodley. He doesn't weigh as much as Woodley. He's shorter than Woodley. I said it before the fight, I think Woodley's a harder fight than him. Especially on the weight where he's going. Conor's going down. I'm going up. Woodley came in game. We'll see.
All right,
Hey, Jake,
two more guys, then we'll let Jake go celebrate with his family and friends.
Hey Jake, congratulations. Just wanted to get your, I guess, if you want to respond. Nate Diaz also tweeted out these guys both suck. I know you made memes about him. I just wanted to see if you wanted to respond to that.
When you read me the tweet, I read it like, these guys both suck. You know, again, another loser talking up. Of course he wants a payday. You know, I'm the money fighter, one of the money fighters now in boxing. The guy's got a chin, but he doesn't land punches, right? So, you know, that fight's there. No problem. Thank you for the attention. Thank you for watching me. I appreciate it, fanboy.
Last one right here. Jake, so I remember when like you had less YouTube subscribers than me, and then you blew me out the water. Do you feel like right now
This is a legend. This is a YouTube legend, by the way. Fuji in the building. This is a legend right here. So if you don't know who he is, he's a YouTube OG GOAT right
But
here.
Jake, my question to you is, do you feel like the media is putting too much pressure on you? Like, look what you have to do. Like, you just went 8 rounds with Tyron Woodley, and nobody thought, like, voting beforehand, I don't care what anybody says, all the votes were against you. Everyone thought you were losing or getting knocked out, but you're still here today talking after a W. Do you feel like the media is putting too much pressure on you to perform over what you're capable of doing too early on?
I think the media and the fans or haters are definitely holding me to a very high standard because because I have a loud mouth, so like almost rightfully so. But I like that. That's what makes me better. That's what makes these fights bigger. And by the way, not only did I live up to the occasion, I won the occasion, and I have 8 rounds of experience now under my belt. I learned I can take a big ass shot from a guy who's knocked out all of you guys in the UFC. So let's go, baby. Like, I love it. Keep on doubting me, all of you, whoever it is. I know there's a lot of supporters in this fucking room, but whoever it is, everyone said leading up to the fight, Tyron Woodley's in Jake's head. Tyron Woodley's in Jake's head. Fuck out of here. I made a steal from toe to head to brain, everything. So I'm just getting warmed up and, you know, keep dying. You'll see.
Congratulations, Jake. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Yeah. Congratulations.
Shoot your mouth.
Where's Ellie? Ellie did.
Connor's tweet was about his lobster dinner, by the way. What about Jake?
That's fucking
His next tweet was his lobster dinner. He was salivating and he tweeted a picture of his lobster dinner. No, I was like 2 seconds later.
You texted me, I appreciate it, yeah. I was just thinking I'm whirlwind after the fight, but no, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, you going to this thing? That's crazy. What are you telling, bro?
Hey, thank you for inspiring me, bro. For real.
2 biggest stars out of Cleveland.
Let's
You
go.
and LeBron
This is,
James.
this is surreal, bro. I need to retweet that.
Social media
in-person crowd here for you. What did that feel like tonight?
It's a dream come true. It's a real moment. It's like a couple of my life. They were rowdy. You know, they helped me get through the fight. And I do it for them. This is where it all started. And without them, I would be nothing. Without my fans, I would be nothing. So I was on them. I'm here and show them. And by the way, I'm probably going to bring it back and do it again because that shit was lit.
Talk about getting through the fight, 8 rounds, that's a long time for a fighter that doesn't have a lot of experience. By far the furthest you've gone. Tough,
I don't know if tough, yeah, like tough could be one word to describe it. I think it was just like new territory. You know, I was feeling it out, figuring myself out, getting into a rhythm of the fight, and against a really tough opponent. You know, this guy is the 5-time UFC champion. He came in game, he came in shape. So all respect to him, and I'm happy with that experience now to carry out for the rest of my fights, and all the other ones I've just knocked them out on these people like nothing. So now I've had a tough fight where I got a chin, my cardio's on point.
Fourth round, you get you with a big shot, you stumble back into the ropes, did that shot hurt you?
It didn't, I wouldn't use the word hurt, I would say it woke me up. You know, but that's the first big shot I've been hit with in my pro boxing career with a 10-ounce glove. So you've got to go through those moments. This is boxing. If you're a mechanic, you're going to get dirty. If you're a football player, you're going to get tackled. If you're a boxer, you're going to get hit. I just proved that I have a chin. I proved that I could take a hard shot, you know, regroup, come back, and win the rest of the rounds. That's the only round he won, in my opinion. Split decision, my ass. You know what I'm saying?
Tommy Fury was very critical after the fight. People expect that to be your next opponent. If your falls, if your hands go, you're a shit fighter is what he said.
He went 4 rounds, barely won, against a guy who's 6 inches shorter than him. Shut the fuck up. You know, at the end of the day, he should be thanking me for signing his paper.
Some people ringside thought Woodley won the fight. Woodley certainly did. Does that surprise you? And what would you do differently? What do you think? To convince all the fans that you certainly agree with.
I want whatever drugs they're on. There wasn't close at all. He landed 1 shot, probably stole the round before. Cool, so be it. That's 7 rounds for 1. I learned a lot.
What do you see as the next challenge? Rematch? Fury?
We'll see. It's back to the drawing board. I've been going non-stop. 4 fights, 18 months. This is the biggest moment of my life. I haven't taken a vacation. I haven't spent time with my family. You know, I'm exhausted. So at least I came into the fight with my legs not even feeling good. You know, I didn't want to say, I didn't want to make excuses before the fight even happened, but, you know, I feel it's a dream. You know?
And lastly, Conor McGregor tweeted at you about this fight. He's clearly beating you. Maybe he wants that fight. How do you feel?
Of course he wants to fight. Of course he wants to fight. You know, I'm the money fighter in this sport right now. And I appreciate him watching. And we can run it up. Like I said, anytime, anywhere, anyone, any place. Let's do it. Thank you for tweeting. Thank you for watching, fanboy. All these guys are fucking fanboys, to be honest. Let's fuck, like...
Well, not a fanboy, but a goat. LeBron James tweeted at you that he would have loved to be able to fight tonight. Do you have a response for him?
Hey, LeBron, we got a big link up, bro. You're one of my greatest inspirations. You know, watching the documentary as a kid more than a game. You know, this is more than a fight for me. So, you know, it'd be dope to share some words of wisdom with you. Yeah, thanks to you. You know, you inspire me now. Years later, I get this shit jumping. So I'm hoping to inspire the next kid out there who's going to become the next, you know, big thing from Cleveland. And they're going to get this shit jumping, and me and LeBron are both going to tweet at them. Let's go.
Prize fight. You are a prize fighter. You got it tonight. The audience got the...
Thank you always for the support. You've been there since day one.
I appreciate you for that.
100%.
Let's go, Jake. For the last day.
Let's go.
Come on, Jake.
You good?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Jake. Jake. Just from the beginning, how was your session? I can't
A B minus. What?
Like on here in Cleveland with the victorious Jake Paul, man, and it's kind of everything you want, right? You want to discover what kind of fighter you are. Big mission accomplished tonight, 8 rounds. So the first 3 you showed off your chin and a lot of different things you can tick off the list.
Yeah, mission accomplished. You know, as a fighter, you gotta go through these hard moments. You gotta test yourself. The more fights
Usually pay extra for that. we play in two.
Us
too. Yeah, me too.
Was it
It's like
Michelle?
a 30-minute. It's also so much easier.
No, I think she was sitting down.
Why didn't you do like a 3 round?
So much love. Thank you. I was.
Videos.
Well. Just the day when I had it.
No, I got your page.
That's just the day of. Day of.
I literally just.
But thank you. So, do you think about what I mentioned?
I will.
Age,
Yeah.
just space,
Yeah.
This massive level is rare, but fights like Grand Chicken Love and that shit is essentially no. I mean, I don't know if you felt it. Edge of your cinch. That's legit boxing. Montana, I don't know, it's like he's coming up.
What'd you think of it?
What?
The main event?
Kick around. For sure. Yes, we're on our way.
That's right.
We'll get there.
It was awesome. Thank you. Seriously, you couldn't have been more accommodating and nice. Yeah, perfect. I'm proud.
I need my phone, so I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching.
So, just like I said, it's on me. The operation thing is on me. The internet, I don't know if I can get through that or pass that out of my control. Try to. The internet.
Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you guys watching.
I would have
Like button, sub button. I'm getting on the next one.
Get a decent thing.
So this should be dope. What's that? I'm not KO.
But still, it's not that. When you